Netflix's top 10 movie list for the year 2022 has prompted a reshuffle of the pack. Even though a couple of Netflix's own productions continue to dominate at the top, the Netflix Top 10 website ranks all available features on its platform based on viewership, with the top 10 pieces of content updated weekly to reflect continued viewing trends. So let's look at the top 10 Netflix movies to watch in 2022. Love and Gelato. Love and Gelato is Netflix's latest book-to-film teen romance and comedy adaptation. And considering the success the streaming service has seen from the To All the Boys trilogy, as well as series like Heartstopper, this is definitely not a genre they are going to shy away from anytime soon. Love and Gelato follows the main character, Lena Emerson, who is a young woman headed to college in the fall, but must first deal with the fact that her mother is dying. And before her mother passes, her mother has only one wish for her daughter. She wants her to go to Rome to get to know her father. Lena's father has not wanted anything to do with her for the most part of her life. Why should she go to see him now? But once she is given the journal her mother wrote when she spent time in Italy, Lena then decides to go and is determined to at least try to have a good time. But little does Lena know that while in the city, she will find many other things such as love, art, gelato, Italian grandmothers, and mysteries about her mother, her father, and even herself. Halftime. Everyone loves a good pop star documentary that goes behind the scenes. Beyond a chart topper spotlight is nothing new. Musical icons Bob Dylan, as well as Madonna, dabble in the form with their respective landmark films, Don't Look Back, and even Truth or Dare. And also more recent examples have included Taylor Swift's Miss Americana, as well as Lady Gaga's Gaga 5'2". At their center, these films tend to be a little more than overt fan service, but the best ones leave even their most devoted followers feeling as if they have learned something new and interesting about the artist in question and their work. Jennifer Lopez gives us her version with Halftime, debuting today on Netflix following its splashy premiere as the opening night selection of this year's Tribeca Film Festival. While there is no question that she and her career are worthy of such a treatment, it is pretty unfortunate that the resulting film is not quite excellent of her talents. Senior Year. Senior Year takes two high-concept premises, the going back to high school movie and the waking up from a coma movie, and slams them together in an intermittently amusing but mostly obvious comedy. Moreover, it is a decent vehicle for the body charms of Rebel Wilson, who continues to establish herself as an appealing comic lead beyond being a reliably irrelevant sidekick. And one of the more inspiring choices is the casting of Angourie Rice as Wilson's teenage self. She actually gets to be Australian, which is pretty unusual, as she accurately channels Wilson's sly, deadpan delivery. Hustle. In Uncut Gems, which sadly expired from Netflix in May, the game of basketball is essentially second billed, right behind Adam Sandler himself. Adam Sandler is famously a huge basketball fan in general, so it was only a matter of time before he made a movie about it. Also, another reminder to the world that Adam Sandler is a solid dramatic actor. And Hustle is a sports drama that stars Sandler as a washed-up scout who makes it his mission to recruit a talented street ball player from Spain, Utah Jazz forward Juancho Hernan Gomez, into the NBA. Sing 2. With the success of his talent show at the New Moon Theater, Buster, played by Matthew McConaughey, looks to take things a step further by putting on a huge show at the prestigious Crystal Tower Theater in the glamorous Red Shore City. And with no business connections and only hopes and dreams to run on, Buster pitches the outlandish idea to mogul wolf Jimmy Crystal. And with Gunter's spur-of-the-moment help, Buster plans a big show featuring the return of reclusive rock legend Clay Calloway. The star has not been seen since his wife's death over a decade prior. But the only problem with this plan is that Buster has never met Clay, and Jimmy is not a man who likes to be lied to. And so, with only 3 weeks to put the big show together, the gang of musically inclined animals must find Clay and convince him to join the show, all while dealing with Jimmy's demands and watchful eye. Interceptor. The plot of this new 2022 Netflix film is that it is stationed at the Lone Missile Interceptor base. Captain J.J. Collins is called on to deal with some sort of simultaneous attack of 16 nuclear missiles being launched at the United States, as well as an attack by Alexander Kessel, who is played by Luke Bracey, a former United States military intelligence officer who was determined to execute an unthinkable mission. And even though preferring to be working at the Pentagon, Captain Collins has to race against time, utilizing her years of training and expertise, and to stop Kessel as well as his team. Operation Mincemeat. On Succession, Matthew Macfadyen made such a pitch-perfect impression of a sad Midwestern man that it is easy to forget he is actually British. So let this new Netflix film be your reminder. A mustachioed Macfadyen stars along Colin Firth in this World War II drama that is actually based on a true story of two intelligence officers who devised an elaborate scheme to throw the Nazis off their plan to invade Sicily. And their plan involves a corpse washing up on the Spanish coast, armed with fake documents that Nazi spies would intercept. It is always a great joy to watch movies with weird history, right? Spiderhead. This expensive movie has the unusual literary background for a Netflix dystopian sci-fi thriller. It is based on a short story by MacArthur Fellowship recipient George Saunders, initially published in The New Yorker. It stars Chris Hemsworth, who is the warden of an experimental prison, where mysterious pharmaceuticals are tested on the prisoners, including Jeff, who is played by Miles Teller, and Rachel, portrayed by Jurnee Smollett. Jeff and Rachel form a special bond throughout their journey, which leads to them getting inflicted with some mind-bending as well as darkly funny psychological thrills. Don't Look Up. The director of Don't Look Up, Adam McKay, makes climate change funny with this furious satirical comedy. Leonardo DiCaprio, as well as Jennifer Lawrence, plays astronomers who realize that an extinction-level comet is on a collision course with Earth and go on a media tour to warn humankind. However, their warning is met with hostility, hysteria, or any indifference by the government, media, as well as the public. Also, everyone is just talking about the people who disagree with them about the comet instead of doing anything about the comet. It is mainly about as subtle as a comet smashing into the face of the Earth. However, Adam McKay's recent movies are given momentum by their emotionally driven political agendas. Moreover, the gratuitously star-studded cast includes Jonah Hill, Tyler Perry, Cate Blanchett, and let's not forget Meryl Streep. The Man from Toronto. The director of The Man from Toronto, Patrick Hughes' latest, is both 112 minutes and a hodgepodge of so many other movies that it could become the most obnoxious of cinematic collages. Teddy, played by Kevin Hart, is the protagonist of Netflix's The Man from Toronto, is seen as a motor-mouthed, irritating, and underachieving idiot. And anyone who can spend more than 10 minutes with Teddy deserves a medal for patience. Moreover, the signposts on this journey include the darkly comic hitman thriller, the goofy loser trying to prove himself underdog flick, as well as the stand-up comedian Vanity Project, the mistakenly identified plot, and even the violent actioneer. Well, that's all we have for you today. What are your thoughts on these top 10 best Netflix movies to watch in 2022? Get involved and let us know in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed today's episode and found it interesting, then make sure to leave us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to be always up to date with the most exciting content as soon as it's uploaded. Thanks for watching. See you again soon in another video.